All right, deep breaths. We are about to dive into game one of Masters. Fnatic up against KRÜ LATAM, facing off against the EMEA, the European side, of course, of Fnatic here. Going to kick things off, and it'll be KRÜ on the defensive side and Fnatic on the attack. And you've got to keep your eyes on those young guns coming in. You've got your Derke, you've got MAGNUM. These two are heavy hitters. And it looks like a quick piece to begin with. Already Derke just going to put his body on the line, fly right in towards the site.
Actually come through, yeah. It's 2 for 1 in favor of KRÜ, actually, and B&J actually gonna find another one, and we'll find the third. Doma falls now down to just MAGNUM as he comes up short. He'll come through, try and swing on. We'll get that headshot through. Tag down to about 70 HP. A lot left to do, and Klaus actually gonna close that one out. And, but we'll
This
back
contact
away.
on A.
Yeah.
If they just go subtle, now, yes, NagZ does find one, but they're going to lose position on long. This is where they could maybe overwhelm, but no! Out of nowhere, the huge deny, shut down. There was so much opportunity for maybe a spike plant, get a little bit of a punish, maybe take away some of that economy, but now it's just in tatters. MAGNUM, great player, but this one, way out of check.
Nobody from KRÜ actually going to come over. B&J now trying to tuck in towards sandbags.
Yeah, timing works out so perfectly for Fnatic. They're going to get everything going for themselves. And once again, that constant pressure now in the back of their minds of that mid lurk coming out from Boaster. But Klaus with a really good shot towards Derke denies that quick start. Now it's going to at least kind of slow them down for a second, cause a little bit of a pause for thought, but the rest of the site's going to be swarmed, but Klaus denies. A huge 3K from him. Those two kills were integral. Now Boaster feels like a mile away. The spike's now going to be lost. Boaster has to pick up the pieces. Finding NagZ is the first step. Klaus a little less than ideal on HP. Big work from Boaster. This is scrappy. And somehow Fnatic pull it back. See if they maybe get a little bit aggressive. It's going to be Derke on the other side as well. So yeah, B&J going to be posted up for the fight. And yeah, just straight up loses it. Derke is on today. And he's going to double down on it as well. Massive entry work from Derke. And you can see the pace he's going to work with. He knows the two that have been playing the site. Yes, Klaus does lean over here. But with it being so quick and so successful, they've got it all. This is a... This is a wrap in my mind. They're already backing away towards this. If Fnatic can deliver in this, I think at least we know where EU somewhat stands to an extent.
So lockdowns on both sides, both invested here, so it's going to be chaos on the side. Boaster got to come through, potentially shut down that lockdown, Lauren.
You got 5 seconds. One's been shut down, the other's still going 2-on-1. So that does mean KRÜ's gonna have to get out of there, detained. 2 players now caught up in this. Fnatic reaggress. You can see it. MAGNUM just takes the ball by the horns. Huge work from Fnatic. Denies the retake with a perfect execution.
This is the sort of thing I was talking about here. MAGNUM having complete control outside double doors makes it so difficult for any aggression. As I say that, NagZ going to find 2 on the way in. Doma and Boaster actually trade back. But damage down on the side of KRÜ as Fnatic try and bully their way onto B site.
There's a little bit of danger in this. B&J does at least have light armor in that, but now he's gone. It's done for Doma. Gonna find NagZ, and Op could be recovered? Question mark?
It's just one. NagZ left solo, so we might just catch Boaster. He does indeed. Seekers come through, so got to back away now. But the damage is done. First blood in favor of KRÜ.
Yeah, brilliant timing on that, but there's that mid lurk coming out from Derke this time rather than Boaster. It does get shut down by NagZ, but there's the res on both sides now invested. Back up to a 5v4. Derke is still lost, of course, but Boaster still looking to try and progress through. Garage finds NagZ this time,
Boaster.
double down on it, looking for the triple on it. Boaster is a madman right now. Insane work from him. And Mazino is a mile away from trying to deny this. Maybe he could find one of them, but can he deny the plant? No, MAGNUM's got the back, and there it is. Fnatic just flexing now.
Yes, you could say, you know, Garage and C, maybe even C Link. Double stack.
MAGNUM's free.
Might find one. Actually, yeah, MAGNUM good for the trade, though.
Yeah, MAGNUM's been pretty decent at the trading, and the spacing's okay. A little bit of a shame to lose Boaster like that, but Derke's going to be just fine finding Klaus. You can see Mazino, yeah, you can check C long, but that's not where the problem really lies at the moment. And Fnatic have good map control. B&J still going to be dedicated towards long. Going to have a chance to maybe find one on this, the shoulder peek, and then the reaggress is going to force him off the angle. But Fnatic are keeping the opponents guessing. They show towards A. They've now hit towards B potentially. This is still very much up in the air. It looks like that commitment towards B now comes in. Derke up on top, but NagZ does finally have a good read on this. Getting a little bit trickier, but Doma going to at least keep the site safe. Spike going to go down, and a 3v2 post plant.
And B&J actually spotted out here. Maybe isolated in window. Mazino got to get something done to draw the pressure away from B&J. Will actually find MAGNUM off screen somewhere. Mazino comes through, going to clear all the sides. So they should know that actually they've got a decent pinch opportunity.
Yeah, these are scary times now. Fnatic back to the wall, both of them there. Now Mazino's going to be the first one out. Spots one. I've heard the secondary gunfire. B&J needs to come around, can't do it. Mazino! Oh, tried to dig deep enough for it, but doma denies. Nice post plants coming out. Mistic finding Klaus to begin with. We do see the divide coming in. The last flash put through by Mistic. Gonna put it down towards CT. The retake gonna start coming through though. You can see the utility trying to divide it, but Mistic's having none of it. Doma's still there. This retake is going nowhere. Fnatic just holding perfect post plants. They are making KRÜ feel so uncomfortable in every turn. And for a start, let's real talk. This 10-2 is a huge scoreline. Caught off by crazy aggression too often. So again, expect a little bit of a considered piece here, and Mazino's going to punish. Brilliance from Mazino, waiting so well. Yes, he took damage for it, but going to claim 2 and force rotations. You can see it. Sky's on the way over. Killjoy's already on the way over. This is now going to put doma on an island.
He's got to find this first kill clean. Or at least find the information. We'll actually get the time in there, and he's going to wall off and respect the push for the time being, but stacked up here. He's actually going to dip back in. We'll find the first, we'll find the second as well. Doma, he's gone huge for Fnatic here, leaving them in a 2v3 retake.
He's just made that possible. I don't know how he got away with it. He looked like he was dead. He was a dead man walking, but still. The post-plant positioning should be somewhat okay, but there's still utility. That's going to be a bit of an issue. MAGNUM going to try and work back in, decides to just go for it, gun out here. DelZic, though, going to agree him with a smile. That's Mistic gone, now just in the hands of MAGNUM. A 1v3, not going to happen, and KRÜ convert the first. It's exactly what they need to build back into this game. So, I want to keep my eyes on that. Mistic, happy to stand here. He's going to get the advantage on the fight to start with. Big trade for Mazino, but still, doma's still in place. This is a shutdown. The flash came out, but didn't blind him enough to be able to get away with it. Boaster now on the site as well. Mazino with it all to do. A 1v3 presented. This would have to be an ace to save the side. And Fnatic deny. They keep 2 standing, and they get to 11. Play to your level rather than the opponent's. Klaus is down. Derke's still pushing up here, looking for another fight. Finds it. Walks away, says, I've done some damage. I don't mind anymore. But they did lose doma in the meantime. Now, that's actually something that could cause Fnatic some struggles.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this match, the one thing Fnatic are known for are these defensive executions. Jay actually will find Boaster. Like I was saying, being extremely proactive like this, if they can keep finding success, they will just dismantle the default from KRÜ. Oh, okay, actually, I missed an opportunity to line 2 up there, and actually find that MAGNUM. Gonna catch the audio cue though. He's gonna be in a perfect position to catch coming out.
Have I told you about MAGNUM's 1v3? It starts like this. He gets the first, that's a spike now. Lost, but the trade came out as a different round. NagZ's gonna find it, and KRÜ managed to stay alive. And
yeah, 2 players being tucked in hell makes this really difficult for KRÜ. They've got to come through and deal with these players. They don't have site control just yet. Derke with a MAGNUM in hand as well. The 3rd on the round for him.
He can't get away with this. How on earth has he been allowed to get away with this? Fnatic turn it to 12. And in any essence of KRÜ, just for a second having a lapse in judgment, Fnatic punish from the backlines. Derke finding the space to operate when he really shouldn't have been able to.
The 3rd on the round initially there, and then find the 4th. And
they're walking mid.
Invested as well.
Derke's just walking mid at map point, and he's got 2 kills. He's on fire right now, and he wants to keep going, but Klaus denies it, extinguishing the flames, so they're starting to build through mid. Doma, though, on the push as well. This is dominance from Fnatic at 13-5. Map 1 is a wrap.
From Fnatic, right? And again, you give them an inch, they take a mile, and those are the sorts of rounds that they just look so damn good. Boaster, happy with that one. Very, very happy with that one. And a brilliant performance.
Been pretty solid. The vast majority of their rounds. DelZic, though, does lose out to Mistic, who's keeping this one in check, but Mazino's also doubled down. Yeah, and I don't... They're kind of checking on it, but they haven't noted him at all. Derke is still here as well. And look at doma just keeping himself quiet, surrounded by KRÜ players. NagZ's going to find Derke. Mazino does find Mistic, but keep your eyes on doma. What can he do from here? Now going to be feeling the burn. Has to try and do something. NagZ denies. Now MAGNUM left. In a 1v4, denial would be difficult. Does get the first cleanly, but the defuse is coming in. Whether he wants it or not, he can't do anything about it. And KRÜ going to keep that pistol record high at least.
One member of Fnatic noted, so I guess that's why they're keeping 1 mid and 2 on A. But Boaster swings out, finds the freebie, and straight away they're going to go for this plant.
The rotations weren't leaning early. They were pretty far back. Now Boaster wants to take space, and he gets it. That's huge work from Boaster. Now he can infiltrate enemy lines. He is behind the line of defense that they'd love to work back in from. Now 3 on the play back through. BNJ just received a tag. That sets up Boaster. He just needs one of these shots to come through. He can't make it work for towards NagZ, but Now that's the first line of defense broken through. This retake's still got some time on it. This is not going to be easy. Derke happy to take fights. Information found for BNJ. But now we are down to the 3 that did only have those sheriffs and the utilities there. But NagZ is trying to get aggressive. He knows how to fight these post plants. He's doing whatever he can for it. MAGNUM needs to face this. The defuse is on halfway. Takes a second, and they're running out of time. MAGNUM tries to buy it. I think the round is all wrapped up. They somehow turn this around.
It's actually a really, really well-timed utility usage. Again, we know exactly what Fnatic are going to do. And again, Fnatic going to get that clean plant. No damage down on the way in. They're going to be able to sit very deep now. Once again, expect Derke and doma to try and run the clock down here. Force KRÜ to push all the way behind yellow. And actually, Derke comes through. doma as well. They're going to find 3 kills.
You got to love doma when he has rounds like that. doma just goes full turret mode, does not need support, does not need help, just goes straight to clutching out.
To find something on this mid push or come across and back up Mazino, because he's going to get overwhelmed very quickly. And actually Mazino able to escape effectively. DelZic now not able to escape. It's tagged on the out zone. Derke there to punish him.
Spike planted.
Derke's just taken so much map control, so much spaces here. He's such a nuisance. Yeah, he loses his life, but by now, this is where you have to see if KRÜ can find some more. They've maybe cracked open the first step. That's big, though. doma goes down. Now, the last 3, let's look at these positions that they currently hold. They're not ideal, but MAGNUM, there's that mid lurk from him coming in super valuable at this point. Boaster takes the fight, loses the fight. KRÜ are doing everything they can for this Mistic. Didn't need to go for it, but he just styles on them in the end. The defuse was kept safe regardless. The utility still in play.
Into this, there's not really going to be any aggression. Mistic actually going to respond with a Viper's Bit of his own on B. Over default, Hunter's Fury also invested from Boaster. It's going to allow this plant to come through. And once again now, I want to see KRÜ send somebody flanking. They need to come through and pressure the back line.
Yeah, but by now Derke is already finding frags. You could have maybe seen that flank coming out from Mazino, maybe, but even then, look at them, they're just funneled in. Both Killjoys investing. This is messy as anything. So many ults online right now, but Boaster doesn't care, neither does Derke. This is going to be KRÜ having to back away. They have nothing to work out of this one. They can maybe make it costly, but that's not the win that you want here. Yeah, it's time to get out of there, but you could already see the hunt starting to begin. Mistic's happy to try and take some of these rifles away if they can get to them in time, but so much was just invested in that round. And it still works out at a 4v2, and it's going to be down to just 1 rifle remaining for DelZic, and MAGNUM's closing in as well.
This is brutal. And the problem right there is you invest a lockdown on B, it only gives you control of site. Now, knowing that Fnatic are going to play on lane, that lockdown in lane is always going to yield a better result, because they have to come through and push.
Taking a pause for thought here, clearing utility as they go, not in a massive hurry just yet.
They're actually playing this deep enough. Actually, Klaus will come through, find a trade. I was going to say, I think they're playing deep enough to allow the Hunter's Fury to come through, but no tag on the plant here, and BNJ will find the 2nd and 3rd, and the res comes through, so man advantage in favor of KRÜ on this retake.
Mistic is still alive. Keep your eye on this post plant. This is where things start becoming a problem. They do have the extra body to put down to at least try and pull this retake off. BNJ could be the first one forward. Trade comes in. DelZic stays alive. Mazino does find MAGNUM. Is on Derke now. Defuse could be toyed with. Not just yet. Derke just checks on it for a second. Goes back.
No way.
Dives out. Slices
No
them up.
way.
Huge work from Derke. Again, he starts the round with a bang and he closes it. Just shuts the book on them. Yeah, they can get aggressive right now. We see them do this in their kind of half buys, their force buys, but they need this to land, and Derke is just on one. Everything's just feeling right for him. We do see the Vipers pushed up in the form of Mazino, taking a little bit of space, but keep in mind, they've got the SMGs, they've got Sheriffs, they've got Frenzies. It ain't much to play with, even with this slightly above average position. This could be nice. No, Derke just turns on him. This guy is having a series now. He's just feeling it. He wants to just go in, and they might as well here. They've got the numbers. So a 4v3 towards the site.
So DelZic and NagZ are actually pretty close already on default here. Derke goes exploring, we'll find another one. He spots one out coming through from kitchen. Klaus, not much longer for this world. I think if Derke decides to swing once again, actually, as I say, we'll find the Sheriff headshot, but all the meanwhile, MAGNUM got himself a beautiful lurk all the way into kitchen here, going to be able to cut off this rotation, and all this information plays into Fnatic's favor. They have control of A site, get the plant down for free, and MAGNUM can just play deathmatch here.
And look, if you're new to Fnatic, if you maybe hadn't watched too much EU Valorant, Hey, look, I don't blame you. I get it. NA's exciting. They have all the flashiness, but you got players like Derke out here, right? Now, these were the firepower upgrades that Fnatic invested into. Derke and MAGNUM, they brought them on at a really risky time. This was a huge investment of them to try and bring this firepower. Now, Klaus does very nicely, but very unlikely the round goes anywhere other than expected, of course. So at this point,
you see Boaster?
Just checking. I just wanted to make sure I could hear the sound then. I'm like, oh, no. I've seen weirder things. It's not going to happen. Don't worry about it. But once again, this was Fnatic investing in two not unknown players. Rounds sitting in the pocket of Fnatic, 2 towards KRÜ. And it looks like they are trying to show a lot of presence towards long here. They're looking for those early fights. Maybe this is a switch up and they lose to Derke. For now, he stays alive with 56 HP. There's still another player here. Finally, Mazino gets it. The double down from Mazino's big. That's map control. Fought for and won. But Klaus is going to hear all this. He knows this player's coming his way, and now there's a time limit on it. What does he do? He looked lost.
Boaster?
He looked... I don't know how Boaster gets away with it, 1, and how 2, Klaus just looked like he wasn't ready for it. At this point, now we're down to 2, BNJ and Mazino. MAGNUM spots him out on the flank. Fnatic, they're all encompassing right now. As finally Mazino wins that fight on long, the instant flex on the push towards A.
It's beautiful to watch as Mazino's going to get caught knife in hand, but the contingencies in place from Fnatic.
The issues in the previous rounds, but let's see how much space they get here.
30 seconds left.
Down to 30. That mid piece. Oh no! Tilzik gets caught in the middle of it. Klaus and BNJ still going to do well though. Klaus playing so well, trying to make up for all the problems that they've had here. NagZ just with the pistol in his hand, just trying to buy the time. 15 seconds. Where is that spike? It is with Mistic right now, on towards the site itself. Tries to get a quick plant through, and it looks like so he's going to get it. Klaus is right on by. NagZ by his side. There's a 3v2 now. Play back in. Mazino just trying to keep this one in check, and you can see the pit's a little unique here.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say, but this Viper's pit is actually pretty toxic.
No.
It's
Mistic. Oh,
so awkwardly
they can't get on it. This is horrible, and doma is just being such a problem. He doesn't even to repeat this. He's just biding time, keeping the pressure away from Mistic again. And you can see Mistic don't need though help. He's fine. NagZ goes down. Klaus going to be down to 1 HP. And just, yeah, there's nothing to be done. This is one of those strats. It's one of those little pieces, those pocket pieces from Fnatic that just terrify teams, and for the right reasons. This was a switch up. This was a bit of a different look. We'd seen those pieces run through towards B constantly, a little switch up towards the A hit, but then that mid look coming out, the setup coming through. Code the pill on this one. This has not been a good display yet from KRÜ, and I feel as though they're running out of options and time and rounds. At 9-2, you can hope, you can pray all you want, but at this point the rifle rounds are just evading you. Quick plant comes in. doma does manage to keep his life for now. I don't know if escape's going to be an option, but Derke's going to try and bail him out. NagZ on the other side. And it's going to be delzik to find doma. So into the post plant we go. Let's see if they can disrupt this. First layer of utility now toyed with. Klaus did find Derke in the meantime. Now there's going to be further layers to this. Mistic invests his piece of utility. Mazino needs to get involved in this now.
Look, comes through though. MAGNUM perfectly positioned and actually going to be able to put the turret on the top. Mistic and MAGNUM combined to find the final 2, and it's just so beautifully considered from Fnatic. Try and split through onto B. They might actually get a clean plant and connector here. MAGNUM pop one down. Boaster, okay, somehow finds a kill. The shock down to NagZ there. I don't know if that was a lineup onto default, but the plant wasn't even there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that happened, but MAGNUM now going to be fed information. Mazino trying to work around this. This is messy, it's scrappy, it's an unorthodox piece, but delzik going to find another, and this is looking like KRÜ release trying their best this time. Mazino surprised, but again keeps his cool down to 2 now, and the angle's perfect for Mazino. There's wait. Oh, okay, we're all good. We're all good. No threats came through, no problems came around.
He's actually going to get spotted out by the Alder. I'm going to come away and back up, but only information at least gathered here. And Boaster actually a perfect crossfire to deal with that dash through from NagZ. Oh, the crossfire beautiful from Mistic and Boaster there. 3 kills on the round already. Klaus and BNJ got to back up, but the spike's already lost.
It's deep into enemy territory, and the back's already covered. Yeah, the turret's there, but it doesn't matter. That whole retreat is covered off. They're cornered in. BNJ and Klaus They needed some damage, maybe a spike plant, get some rifles away, get some upgrades. That would have been perfect. And KRÜ watching their chances here slowly just dissipate, slip through the fingers. Klaus and B&J, what can you do with this? Doma right, waiting. Mistic tucked in on the corner.
Player standing.
And well,
30
B&J
seconds
gonna
left.
have to just face the music here. Flawless round.
So potentially can run through and try and brute force this plant. I'll say that. Mistic actually going to fall off the rip here. Klaus finds that one. The wall will be invested on backside. Boaster actually able to poke a hole in it.
Spike planted.
It's an awkward plant actually by NagZ. It's tucked in the corner, so they can't actually play deep. It's not in sight. There's actually the Hunter's Fury going to come through, nearly actually catching 3 members of KRÜ there. But elsewhere, MAGNUM, Derke, and doma all firing kills. NagZ, last man up now.
He has to just stand and fight. That's all he's got left. And Boaster outdoes him. It's going to be 12 on the board for Fnatic. At least unchecked for now. If you crest that corner, he knows that they're right around there. He's seeing a pixel out of place in this man. That might be all he needs. Sees one. That's going to be the start. The second, the Reaper from up above. Derke just like a guillotine right now. Slicing through KRÜ. But NagZ at least puts up a fight back here. But you can see it just looks like right now Fnatic are just going to take this from them, rip it out of their hands. MAGNUM happy to take the fight as NagZ is the last one alive. And Fnatic destroy KRÜ in the first game of Masters.
It's just simply outclassed. That's the only way to describe that. KRÜ not showing a complete inability to deal with what Fnatic bring to this game.